You know, exactly a month ago, we opened the curtain on one of our most ambitious projects ever. We shared with the world everything that we're doing to make our park in Shanghai so special. Now, many of you have heard about how we're taking the very best that Disney has to offer and tailoring it specifically to our Chinese guests. And here to share a behind-the-scenes glimpse is Walt Disney Imagineering's lead creative executive on the project, all the way from Shanghai, and lending credence to the idea that it helps to have the name Bob if you want to get a job at Walt Disney Company, Bob Weiss.
Thank you, Bob. And ni hao, D23. Do you have your passports updated? Good. You know, it's so great to be here, and you know, Disney's connection with China goes all the way back to 1938, when the first full-length animated feature, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, was distributed in Shanghai. It was a huge hit, and to celebrate the release of the film, some of the theaters even screened shorts of Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck. From that day on, the people of China have grown to love these Disney characters. Now we're going to share with them something that everyone in this room understands, loves, the magic, wonder, and delight of a Disneyland park. I grew up with Disneyland in Southern California. That's me, right next to Mickey. So imagine being that kid, and then years later being assigned to lead a team of Imagineers to bring the first Disneyland resort to China. That's where I am. So I'm thrilled to be part of this project and to be working in a collaborative team that combines Walt Disney Imagineers, cast members, Imagineers from all over the world, and our new cast of Chinese Imagineers. We're combining traditional Disney techniques of storytelling, and we're also reinventing so many of the attractions. The result is a stunning, state-of-the-art park and a resort, as Bob Iger has coined, that is authentically Disney and distinctly Chinese. The park will have 6 themed lands, some familiar, such as Fantasyland and Tomorrowland, and some new just for Shanghai, such as Adventure Isle and Gardens of Imagination. And for the first time ever, a completely Pirates-themed land called Treasure Cove. Many of you have probably already seen our pavilion and had a chance to get a detailed look at Shanghai Disneyland Resort. I hope you have, and if you haven't yet, please come by and check it out. This afternoon, I thought I'd tell you a little bit some of the stories behind the design that our team has been pursuing as we develop this new park in Shanghai. First of all, when you step into the park, you won't step into Main Street. You'll step into a very similar place, but what we call Mickey Avenue. Along the street, you'll be greeted by Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and the other familiar faces that generations of Chinese people have known and loved since they made their first debut in Shanghai with Snow White so many years ago. Each store features Disney characters as the proprietors, so you'll see how their personalities influence the design and all the decor. And although the area has a very whimsical feel, the buildings are rooted in rich Disney architectural styles and filled with fantastic character detail. Mickey Avenue connects you out to the Gardens of Imagination, which is Shanghai's hub. It's filled with lush garden spaces, a beautiful castle stage, and our longest Disney parade route around the world. Nearby, the Wandering Moon Tea House highlights a new original story inspired by China's wandering poets. These dining rooms feature China's rich and very diverse landscape of mountains, oceans, forests, rivers, and deserts, and the design was highly influenced by research trips that our team took going to all these beautiful regions of China. As you know, one of our most beloved attractions is Pirates of the Caribbean. So it's amazing for us to be able to reimagine that story in a whole new way for Shanghai. The Imagineers researched the 18th century Caribbean to create Pirates-themed Treasure Cove and its anchor attraction, Pirates of the Caribbean, Battle for the Sunken Treasure. Many details are based on this research, and they create a setting that is very authentic to the time period. Most of our Chinese guests are not going to necessarily be aware that Pirates of the Caribbean started here at Disneyland long before it became a film franchise. So because they know the films, we've created an experience that combines visual imagery, physical sets, and audio animatronics in a whole new way to tell this pirate story like it's never been told before. And now I would like you to be the first audience to see a few seconds of the tool we use to develop and program the ride, and that's this Animatic. Take a look. What do you think? That's a few seconds of it. We look forward to showing you the whole thing. As you know, Tomorrowland envisions a world of unlimited possibilities, and the centerpiece of this land in Shanghai is the Tron Light Cycle Power Run. Now, you can see this vehicle was inspired by the light cycle in the film, so we knew we had to get it right. Designing that is a very complex task. We wanted to simulate what it would really be like to ride the light cycle. We're really sitting on an individual motorcycle type seat rather than in a larger car. The question was, how do you design something like that that will work for many people, different ages, different heights, different sizes? So we conducted rounds and rounds of testing, and it resulted in what I think is going to be an amazing, amazing ride experience. This will be one of the fastest rides in any Disney park, and we think our guests are going to love going through this high-speed race through the digital world of Tron. And then, let's ride it. And then there is Adventure Isle, a newly discovered lost world brimming with mystery. Dominating this land is the mighty Roaring Rapids Mountain. It's one of the tallest landmarks already in the Shanghai region, and the mountain is being sculpted by this amazing team of international Disney rockwork artists, and it's really looking beautiful. Now, when you ride this, you're going to encounter this mysterious reptilian creature, which is going to try to bite your head off. Its only known existence, is in the Roaring Mountain. But as Imagineers, we want to do our research, and we consulted actually with international paleontologists, Chinese paleontologists, and actually visited Chinese dinosaur dig sites throughout China to get more information about how to make this guy as scary as possible. The final centerpiece of the park is our biggest castle yet. The Enchanted Storybook Castle will take you up a little bit to the top from a couple weeks ago. Castle will be an entertainment venue unto itself. There's a restaurant where you can dine with Disney royalty. There's a water ride that travels underneath the whole castle. And there's an interactive attraction which features Snow White. After all these years, Snow White is coming back to China, and she's going to be as original and innovative as she was in 1938. So that's just a quick glimpse of the Shanghai Disney Resort. And I have to say that in my many years of designing and building Disney attractions for Disney parks, that being part of the Shanghai team has to be one of the greatest rides that we've all been on. It's amazing. And I want to thank Bob Iger and Tom Staggs for their creative vision and leadership from the very beginning throughout this project. We're going to make it possible for millions of people in China to experience the magic of a Disney park and make lifelong memories with friends and family, just like the memories that I know each of us here carries in our hearts. Xie xie.